And I'm an independent licensed mechanic with 35 years service, and what I'm going to do in the next 5 to 6 minutes is show you the inside story on this 2012 Hyundai Tucson, so you can make an informed decision whether this is for you or not. Okay, now coming in on the right front tire, treads are about 50%. On your strut, it's good and dry, and that's a good sign, because that's otherwise it would be oil leaking there, and it's not. And your spring is intact, which is good. On your getting down here, getting too old for this. Okay, and now your sway bar length from here up to there is intact. Your outer CV is intact. Everything is intact for here. Your inner CV is intact as well. Your outer tie rod, that's that bar that goes right into the thing here, and I'm going to check that right now, and that's critical to be tight, because that's the only thing holding the wheel to the steering. Now, checking the outer right tie rod, and it is good and tight. Coming in on the left front tire, okay, yeah, it treads about the same. Left front tire about 50%. Your brakes are about 60%, about 30,000 K left on them. Your strut, good and dry. Spring is intact. And getting okay, and seeing under the car here, this is your outer tie rod there, and I'm going to check that in a minute. The CV outer CV boot is intact. Your sway bar link there, that's the bottom, and there's up there is the top. That's intact. This is your steering rack, good and dry. Under just a pan of the under the motor and tranny, and I'm not seeing any visible leaks, which is a good sign. Yeah, so this side on the left front is looking decent. Now checking the left outer tie rod, and it is good and strong. Okay, coming in on the brakes. The brakes on the back are about 60%, about the same as the front, about 30,000 K. You get a little more wear on the back than you do in the front for miles there. On your rear right, or your left rear tire, looking actually, yeah, about the same, about 50%. On your suspension on the right, on the left rear is good. Sway bar length, that's the one end. Here's the other, that's intact. If you look inside there, you see your CV, your outer CV boot, which is intact. Your shock, that black tower right there, that black piece that goes all the way up into the body there, good and dry, which is a good sign. And the rest of the car, a little rusty, but not too shabby. Okay, coming in on the rear brakes again, about 30,000 K left on the rear brakes. On your right rear, your right rear tread, about the same, about 60%, 50-60%. On your spring is intact. Your sway bar link from there to there is intact. Your outer, you just can see inside there, your inner tie rod, or your outer CV is good, intact, and not seeing any visible leaks, which is good. Yeah, so everything on the right rear is looking good. Okay, taking a shot of I've got my scanner plugged in here. It's hard to read because it's so much glare. I've got the scanner plugged in, and it's saying there is no engine trouble code, so there's no codes in the memory or in the motor, so that is a good thing. No diagnostic trouble codes in the motors stored. You do have 107 841, so very low K, and just a quick span of the your console, and no cracks in the windshield. So that's a good thing. Now we'll take a look at the motor. Okay, no excessive knocks or noises out of the ordinary that I'm hearing. And I have a very trained ear and running very smoothly. Okay, the oil up to where it needs to be, a little dark, but not excessively. And secondly, I always check under the oil cover, and I check for what is called white goo. Now, I'm not seeing any on this, because white goo would be an indication of oil mixing with antifreeze, which would be an internal leak, and there is none on that. That's just straight up oil and clean, so that is a good sign. And I'm not surprised. It's only 107,000 K, and battery looks very recent. It's good and strong, and all in all, just kind of a clean looking vehicle. So yeah, that's my 5-minute inside story, and so you can make an informed decision whether this is for you or not. And this is by Calgary. Oh man, I lose sight. Second here. Okay, I got my mind again. Calgary Auto Gallery owns this vehicle and is selling it. And if you decide that this is for you, just come on down. They'll be happy to make a deal, I'm sure. For that matter, they have contracted me to show you video on any of their vehicles, because they just simply have nothing to hide in, and this it never cost you a penny, no cost, no commitment. They just want you to know they got nothing to hide in. I want to give you the inside story so you can make an informed decision. Thank you. Have a good one.